Hello, everyone, and welcome to FMK Anime. I am your host, Amit, joined by my co-hosts, Makan and Limis. Say hello, you two.
Heyo, heyo.
Hi.
Where can they find you?
You can find me at that_Viking on Twitter, mostly not doing anything and staying completely quiet, posting some shit now that my friends have been pushing me to join in other stuff they're doing, or whenever I find the inspiration to do some bullshit. Otherwise than that, I'm completely radio silent online.
You can find me everywhere, not doing anything. At limis.card.co, you can find out where I'm doing nothing at.
You can find me at soul_king777 on Twitter, but if you're a minor, do not follow me. That is my intro. But yes, this is a show where every week we watch a list of anime, and at the end of the week we can cut at least one. And let us start with our first show of this week, Aquatope of White Sand, episode 6. The Gamma Gamma gang decide to sell sweets to try and drum up business, so they go to Udon for help, and when they learn ice cream won't work, they turn to shaved ice. While talking with an old man, Kukuru has a fish hallucination about her parents and another unknown person. Sister, maybe? Kukuru finally got a vision, huh? Neat.
Yeah.
We have officially gotten at least one person who hasn't had a vision in a point where it makes sense if they were hallucinating.
Yep.
And even then, we're not even sure because the old man, who knows what's happening in the old man's head.
Fair. I do have to say I liked the inclusion of the old man just being this old guy who misses his brother and comes here every year, who has a stake in this aquarium. I liked him.
It was a really special joke about people tripping on LSD in this fucking way, like spiking the aquarium tanks and getting all the fish high, and then the fish sending their high brainwaves to other people. It was a very sweet scene with Kruger and the old man having a moment of, I guess, vision together in that same span of time. Kukuru seeing her parents and her sister, who might have been older than her, and not a stillbirth as I thought.
Yeah. Okay, taking all bets. Tragic piano accident. That's mine.
It's always the fucking piano.
Man, this was a really chill, like lo-fi episode. I enjoyed it. We got to see more of Udon and what her whole deal is. She wants to make her own restaurant. She's like really proactive in cooking and everything. And I really like Udon's growing on me. I like her.
We can all agree, Udon is best girl.
I don't even know if I can argue.
Yeah, you can't argue because I'm completely fucking right. Second place is her mom.
No, see, that's where I'm turned to. Is her mom is pretty good. Then again, I have a soft spot for Fuka. Yeah, that's a lot of. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no, there was a lot of cute stuff. I loved when they just seeing Udon's earnest working and just how hard she tried to make food for it, coming up with several ideas that were way too expensive for their shoestring budget. When then deciding on the shaved ice after, tasting some ice cream and getting to know the unfortunate reality of you needing permits to sell shit.
Yeah, it's always a mood kill.
Yeah, because, you can sell most anything, but things that are made for consumption needs to have a seal of approval, otherwise, you don't really know what the fuck it is.
Yeah, I like her basically going up to Fuka, basically going up to Udon and just being like, "Alright, can you do it for $50?
How much money do we have? 5,000 yen. Oh, yikes.
That was great. This was a really chill episode. What? a lot of stuff happened, but I'm actually having trouble finding stuff to talk about because it was just really chill and lo-fi, and you're just going through the motions.
Yeah, I mean, like, as much as a lot of things happen, like, it's not a lot of stuff that you can easily talk about, even though it was impactful and important for the story. Like, the entire thing of everything Udon went through, because this episode was mostly about her and her earnest working and trying to help out the aquarium, and I love the idea they came up with, the shaved ice. Just, originally it was just going to be, alright, shaved ice, simple and easy, and then Udon just went, nah, let's make it wild. And just fucking made fish out of the fucking shaved ice.
The fish, the frogfish, it has fans.
I love just the fucking the big fucking hairy guy at the aquarium. He's just so earnest and wholesome. It's just like, take a picture of this one. It's my favorite. And then just takes a picture with him. This fucking amazingly big, real smile, and everyone's like, "Ah, he's cute. I love how earnestly he loves this fish." Because who wouldn't? He's fucking adorable.
That's one thing I'm surprised they haven't done yet. Oh my god, why don't they have a social media account? Why the fuck are they not live streaming those penguins?
That's true.
Like,
Because
this would not be a problem.
It was her grandfather used to own it previously, so I just assumed he didn't mess with any of that social media stuff.
Well, right, but the point is Cooker could. And, I mean, they now have a social media presence because they're on Penstagram now, which is fucking... Instead of Instagram, god fucking damn it.
Right, I was gonna bring that up also, eventually. I'm keeping tallies of these translations.
I knew you were probably gonna put it up, but I'm like, fuck, that is just right in the open, ain't it?
Yeah.
It was definitely a goodie.
Apart from that, like, I don't have any more points to bring up apart from just, the ones we talked about. We could refresh some more on. I think I want to touch on this more actually. The old guy and how he experienced this vision of remembering walking with his brother when he was little, riding on his shoulders, and just seeing this old guy shed some tears because I don't know, when you see a really old guy cry, that's impactful for some fucking reason.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's been through a lot, and it must take a lot to make it right.
Exactly, and I don't know, it's very human and revealing seeing someone be brought to tears that seemingly has kind of made their mind up and won't be affected by anything. And I don't know, it's really, I don't know, it resonates with me.
See, we're all wondering who that kid is, but we all know he's the local LSD dealer, right?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the one who keeps spiking the tanks.
Yeah. I keep seeing him. I wonder when they're going to go into him.
Probably never.
Yeah, probably not. I think he's just gonna be there like, oh yeah, he's probably some spirit who the fucking watchers are gonna see all the time, but is never gonna actually join in. But if he does, I mean, I guess we're just gonna get into more fantastical shit in the story eventually.
Fair enough. We ready for cards, gents?
Yeah, this was a bit of a short talking point, but I think I'm ready.
And we got a nice 10 minutes in of talking nice before we have to get mean. Or at least I do.
I'm always mean.
I'm gonna fuck the episode. It was really sweet. It was really soft. It was really cute. I liked it.
Yeah, I can only share those sentiments. I really did enjoy this show, and this episode was probably. No, I think the last episode was still better than this one, but I think this one is a close second. But fuck, it was good, and I'm fucking up.
Oh yeah, agreed there.
My opinions of the show remain unchanged. It's just not for me. I'm gonna kill it.
That is completely fair. Well, let's move on to Itaden Deities in the Peaceful Generation, Episode 5. Where did my notes go? Here they are. The Itaden quickly dispatch their foes, but leave them alive while Yeasley brainwashes them. Miku conditions the nun to her sexual assault, and we learn the Demon Lord knows who Rin is somehow. And at the end of the episode, Yeasley states he knows exactly who Obami is.
His name was Obama before, you're not wrong.
Oh, wait, you want to start off?
I would like to start off. I would like to start off this saying two things. One, I need to apologize on two fronts here. I'd like to apologize for Meep for doubting him in his assessment of the end of the first episode. And I would like to apologize to everyone else as I did not finish this episode. Now, there's a pretty good fucking reason why. A girl gets sexually molested in this episode, and it's played for fucking laughs. No stop. Full stop. There's no gray about it like there was in the last one. It is full on played for laughs. Yeah. That's unexcusable. That's inexcusable in any way, shape, or form. This episode disgusted me, and I do not want to continue this show at all, seeing that this is the general attitude that this show's going to take when it comes to its comedy, when it comes to its story. On top of that, even all of what I liked about this show is gone in this episode. The fights are boring as hell. None of the characters are interesting. And it shows, and apparently later on in the show, it also glosses over important world-building information. So it doesn't even care about its world. It cares about nothing but, it seems, its visuals. And whether or not it can get awful people to get their rocks off with weird rape scenes that come out of nowhere. Fuck this show. Fuck this author. And fuck whoever's making it.
The scene where the nun, goes, oh, you didn't have to stop right away. That's where my stomach sank, and
Yeah.
I didn't even get to that. I didn't even know it got that bad.
Yeah, no. As much as in the first episode, I didn't quite see where Meep was coming from. Yeah, no, there was just fucking real lighthearted, happy music in the background of there, and that was fucking... No.
Well, you see, Miku was supposed to be a waifu, so it's okay if she does it.
No. I mean, it's not only that. Fucking holy shit, what's wrong with Yeasley?
What the fuck? Yeasley is supposed to be a main fucking character. Where did that come from? And he openly just says, oh yeah, I'd rape you, but no, I need you for, research purposes. What the fuck? Main fucking character right there.
Yeah, no, I mean, he didn't say he'd rape her, he'd say she would probably enjoy that more, which is kind of fucked.
Either way, what the hell?
It's weird.
Obviously, I think he's supposed to be, made into the villain later on, I think. But
maybe. If he isn't, what the fuck?
But to be honest, looking at this show, probably not. He's probably going to be the main character by the end of it.
It's probably not my least favorite part of the episode. My least favorite part of the episode was probably... the part I hated the most about this episode was probably the rape shit, but I also felt really insulted when they were doing the fast-forward explanation over important world-building and things you need to know to understand the world. So it obviously doesn't care about its story.
Yeah, they did it 3 times, and it pissed me off so fucking much. The first time, I'm like, alright, it's... squeeze all that in that episode and just do it quickly, kind of play it for fun, and now they're just like, oh no, this is just a thing you do, huh? And I was just sitting there like, okay, well, you're doing this. Why couldn't you just explain this in normal time and just cut out the fucking molestation of the nun instead?
Yep. The only thing I got of value from this episode is knowing that, okay, we're gonna get a new dynamic in the main cast. These demons are a part of the good guys now. We're gonna get a new dynamic there. But how long until they fuck that up with treating something that's not a joke as a joke?
Everything in this show, except for its visuals, is treated like garbage. Like, even the fight scenes, which I thought were gonna be good, are not done well. They are stomps. Like, there is no dynamic to the fights. Like, what happens is a demon shows up and our main characters punch them so hard that they fly out of existence. There's no sort of back and forth. There's no sort of banter. It's just a clean sweep and it's done. And so why the fuck should I care?
Yeah, I mean, I guess as it comes to the fight easily had was the best one out of these because it actually took some back and forth.
And guess what? All he did was throw flashbangs at her for like 5 minutes. That's it!
I know. And that's a fucking shame that was the best fight. I thought the Hayato fight was going to be good because, you know, he's not as strong. No, he would just fucking had enough defense and speed that he couldn't be touched, and it just took him 6 hours to kill this guy.
See? He's an MMO character. It's like that one episode of SAO Abridged. The more you can attack me all you want, I'll regenerate.
You don't need to wonder where your god is. He's right here, and he's fresh out of mercy.
I do have to at least compliment the show on one thing. The very start showing that Paula was not going to be the Sakura of the show, immediately jumping into action, be like, oh, you can't see, let me just do this, and just kicks him in the fucking nuts.
Okay, that was the one good moment of the episode. That's it.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I have to agree with you there.
Yeah, I was afraid that I might have to lobby to the fact that, like, I don't want to watch more of this show. I hope I don't have to watch more of this show. A part of me was thinking, like, if this did go on, that I was just gonna, out of protest, not watch any more of it if it lives. But it's sounding very unlikely right now.
Shall we put this cadaver in the coffin, gentlemen?
Yeah, we have no more thing. Just talk about it. Let's go to cards.
Yes.
Okay. I'll put the knife in the heart where you put it, Limis.
This isn't any normal knife that I'm gonna give this show. This is a knife of sadness and betrayal. I feel conned by this show. I feel like I am fucking heartbroken that the show has gone the way that it has. I had so much hope for this motherfucker, and it just kept failing, and it failed in such a spectacular manner. This show, for most of it, was an 8. This episode turns it into a 1. I'm gonna stab it.
Yeah, I mean, I think I would put my knife in its taint, but I feel like it would enjoy that, so I'm just gonna put it in its eyeball instead. I also feel just sad that this was where the show went, because in the end of it all, like, sure, they had some, like, funny stuff in the beginning with the Paula, how she actually isn't just a fucking wallflower character, and I do enjoy, not easily anymore, but I do enjoy Hayato. But, I mean, that's about it at this point. The episode really fucking sucked, and it dragged hard into everything that has brought the show downwards a bit before. And that's a damn fucking shame.
It's a damn fucking shame because it looks and sounds so good. And, like,
I mean, I'm still probably gonna bang out to the soundtrack of this shit because it's epic.
Yeah. I'm fucking heartbroken. There was so much potential, and it flushed it all down the toilet in the manner of 3 episodes.
It wasn't even a matter of 3 episodes for me. It was a matter of 1 episode.
Yeah. Are we ready to move on?
Yeah, we're moving on.
Alright, let's talk about something better. Oh.
Uh-oh.
We may be having some technical difficulties with me.
Hear me now?
Yep.
Okay. Let's move on to the case study of Vanitas, episode 7. Vanitas and Jian talk about their encounter while Noe and Dami talk. Vanitas has fallen for Jian, and Noe toils over what love is, and asks Vanitas what he thinks it is. And the two share an insightful conversation, while at the end, they prepare for a meeting with Ruthven. Not a lot of plot stuff this episode, but a lot of character building, I found.
A lot of character building.
I should hate this episode. Sorry, go.
Sorry, I was going to say, Vanitas is such an interesting character.
Mm-hmm. What were you saying, Limis?
By all means, I should hate this episode. Like, I have dropped shows for episodes like this. For, like, having a complete, absolute break from the plot and focusing on, like, the romantic relationships between characters. I usually hate this shit. I kind of liked it here.
That's because it's not only about romantic relationships, it's just how these characters lock together with their different personalities. It's more than just, oh, I love you because of this, and being all lovey-dovey. It's more of just building characters and what other people's relationship means to the other people around them as well. It's kind of fucking real in how it works, and people being confused about their feelings, not really knowing what they're doing, because no one really knows what the fuck they're doing when it comes to love, if we're perfectly honest.
Yeah.
I just gotta say, fucking Noe just going like, oh, so love, it's kind of like a fever. Why would you want that? It's just like, yes. Noe, please.
I've seen people get terminally fucking ill from what love did to them, so yeah, I can understand that.
Noe, please, be my aromantic icon that I need.
I'll be perfectly honest, he kind of seems like it, because as much as he is very close to Dami, he doesn't really seem to think of it in that way.
Yeah, he's just in it for the fang fucking. That's it. Like, I can respect that.
The fang fucking
Lord. God. Jian is so stacked, by the way. I want to address
Holy
this.
shit, yeah!
Fuck. I know I mentioned it to you in the car yesterday. Like, yeah, no, I didn't realize how stacked Jian was. You're like, I don't know.
Yeah, and then I watched the episode and I was like, oh, that's what you're talking about.
What do you mean you didn't realize? She has such fat fucking titties from the beginning of it. Why didn't you realize until now?
It's the form-fitting dress, man. It's the dress. I only noticed it now.
Fuck, her massive fucking honker. Speaking of, I love Dami as a character. I love how she's like, oh, okay, I'll dance with Xian and we'll make both of our not boyfriends jealous. And then their not boyfriends start dancing. She's like, fuck. That was great. I love that.
Okay, there's one thing I see this show doing that I adore. Like, I think a lot of this show, like, its portrayal of vampires leaves a lot to be desired. And that these vampires should have been their own thing instead of, being named vampires. I've said this before, but the way that they portray feeding is so cool and fascinating. It is less like weird, oh, it's so sexual, or, oh my god, this person's getting her blood sucked out of her. That's horrific. It feels intimate in a way that humans could not comprehend. The act
Unless you're Vanitas.
Unless you're Vanitas, then you're totally down for it. But
yeah, I mean, we see Noe and Dami 60 Fang.
Yeah.
God damn it, mate.
It gets to the point where it's like, this feels like an incredible moment of intimacy between characters that's not sexual or romantic, but it's intimate in its own unique way that we can't understand because we are not a part of this world. And I just love that. I think that's really good world building, just like natural world building that's done. And it, like, I feel like it fleshes out this vampiric society more, like,
like
more vampires being a different culture and culture and race compared to humans, sort of.
Yeah, it seems like vampires get their magic, quote unquote, from blood, which is interesting. Like, I also love Vanitas teasing the child, because the child obviously has a crush on Gian. Like, there's...
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He had a horny awakening real soon. Or real early, I should say.
She likes her... I mean, they like her booba.
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 Yeah, and I love that we get information of how vampires work in a very, realistic way of exposition. Just Vanitas nerding out about how the fuck vampires work.
Yeah. It's like... Is that...
John is like, too much fucking information, man.
Yeah, I like that they're going with that whole idea of certain blood tastes better to certain vampires thing. Of it being an acquired taste. I always thought that's been, like, interesting flavor. And also the fact that she brands him when sucking his blood. And how the exposition is shown there at the dinner table. It's like, oh, it's like you look at your friend who's like, been super with this girl, and then you see that he has a fucking hickey on his neck, and it's like, oh.
Yeah,
Vanitas does strike me as a bottom, which is concerning because Noe also strikes me as a bottom.
I don't know, Vanitas. If he's a bottom, he sure as fuck is an aggressive one.
Yeah, he's a power bottom. Lord, what else do we have to say about this episode, gentlemen?
I really like how much you can glean of Vanitas' how Vanitas' minds work from the things he said in this episode, what he defines love, what he finds attractive in a woman, and the simple statement of he has no interest in a girl that would love him. That is such a clear statement of some fucking self-loathing if I've ever fucking heard it.
Fuck, I love that. I love that scene, like that line, just, I have no interest in someone who would love me, and it's like, is that why he takes such a shine to Noe? Because Noe hates him?
Yeah, probably.
It's actually that's the first good way I think I've seen an anime stick two characters together who likely wouldn't like each other.
Yeah, because Noe doesn't like him. He's just kind of forced to tag along.
The forced cooperation trope I've never been a big fan of, but the only time I'm really a fan of it is when the characters hit it off and actually are able to enjoy each other's company, like in Akudama Drive. But in this, Noe doesn't like Vanitas still, but there's a reason why they're sticking together, a reason that actually makes sense to me. That's more tied in with the character.
Yeah, it's like difference between actual malice and we're just rivals.
Yeah, I mean, there's no malice. They just don't get along. Their chemistry doesn't match. But at the same time, I do believe Noe is going to grow to, like Vanitas instead of just absolutely hate everything he does. Because the way he talks about him when he's writing the books and the flash forwards we've seen parts of, I think it's more of a regret that he had to kill him. Or in at least the story he's writing, he sounds like he enjoyed Vanitas in the end, that he thought of him as a friend. That's just my speculation, though.
Yeah,
true.
I think you're onto something. Totally, I don't see these two becoming, full-on hatred, my mortal enemy, at least anytime soon.
No, I don't think it's going to go that way. If he has to kill Vanitas, and that is the thing they guarantee on, instead of having him fake his death or just kind of dropping it for whatever reason, which would have been real bad. I feel like that is not going to be a thing that is done because he wants to, but just because whatever reason happens forces his hand.
Yeah, hopefully
I can't wait.
Sorry.
I was just going to say, I can't wait until the actual killing, quote-unquote, is Noe turning him into a vampire, and that technically kills him because Vanitas becomes undead. The technicality.
Yeah, but I don't think vampires work like that in this world. I don't think you can sire another vampire into the world.
Yeah, no, from what I've kind of understand, vampires are born by other vampires and they feed on humans. They can mark the humans, imbuing them with some powers, but they can't make them into vampires.
Well, here's the thing. We know the Book of Vanitas is heavily implied to be that book that can rewrite the formulas of beings.
I mean, it's not heavily implied, it is.
Yeah, if someone were to get their hands on that book, someone like, let's say, the real Vanitas, and went, he who, boop, you're a vampire now.
Right, but rewriting it, I don't think it's rewriting it that much. I guess vampires are a rewriting of humans in the way they explained it, but I don't know if that would work the same way.
Because my current theory is that Charlatan is either a byproduct of or is the original Vanitas. That's what my current running theory is.
Who knows? I'm not sure.
Aside from that, are we good for cards? Or?
I don't know. I just kind of want to live in this really cozy episode forever. It was great. I like this episode.
Yeah.
I'm ready for cards.
Alrighty. I'll go first. I'm gonna fuck this episode. It was really good. It was really like fluffy. I liked what we got of all the characters. I was not expecting Xian to be this like big part of the cast that was gonna stick around, but I enjoy it. Same with Dami. I like both of them. Vanitas and Noe are also great. I just really enjoy the show. I'm gonna fuck it.
I adore the character work being done here. Like, I love everyone. They're all great. And, like, yeah, they all get a good time and place to shine in this episode. I mean, maybe Dami could have used more, but everyone got something in this episode that felt good. Nice low-stakes de-escalation of tension after the last arc, basically, with all the child murder and such. So yeah, I'm gonna fuck it.
I agree with a lot of their limits. I do have to say, I think Dami got a lot. She didn't get a lot of time in the spotlight, but a lot of the things about her is certainly explored here that's interesting. How she's in love with this guy who clearly doesn't get love, and by his words, might not want to understand it.
Yes.
And it's really interesting to kind of have that unrequited love in a kind of way, but at the same time not, because he does love her, just not in that way, would seem.
Yes. Please. The representation I desire so much.
Apart from that, yeah, I love all the characters, and this show has certainly set up a fantastic cast so far, and I think I might be relating to Vanitas a bit more than I should. Oof. Yeah. Oof. Either way, I'm fucking the show.
That is a trifecta for the case study of Vanitas, episode 7. Let's move on to Girlfriend, episode 7. Saki goes home to get some clothes while her mother tries to rev her up to give Nalia the vacuum suck. Nagisa services him in a maid outfit, while Milika talks to Nalia at school, slowly realizing her feelings for him. Guys, I'm not gonna lie, the I'll even cross-dress joke broke me.
On this episode of Girlfriend, the Poly crew learns what their preferred roles are in roleplay.
Yeah.
Saki's the brat, and the other girl is a servant.
And Naoya enjoys being the master.
Now he's just down for anything. He doesn't care.
That is fair.
Yeah. I loved how he's like, he goes closer to Nagisa. Call me master. Oh, Gigi-sama? It's perfect.
Fucking gets launched back.
Physical knockback from it.
I also love Saki's mother. We have canon appearance of a parent.
Hey.
Yay! Also,
It's not
Saki's mom has no fucking shill.
Yeah. God, oddly enough, she kind of reminds me of my dad in that way, because my dad is very much like that.
I do enjoy when Saki came in with a bunny outfit and he just go and just like, yeah, do you like it? Am I not cute enough? He just goes full monkey brain looking for every direction. I like.
This show remains itself, and the stuff with Milika at the end too was great. I physically had to stop and pause because I was laughing so hard when he pulled off his shirt, took off the hair extension, or put on the hair extensions. I'll even cross-dress. Just take the pictures of me, damn it.
Ah, yes, this girl's just slowly falling in love with him. He just fucking strips in front of her. Okay. I say slowly, but it's quite fucking... It's slowly as if someone was speeding twice over the fucking speed limit on the highway.
Yeah.
I gotta say, this was almost what I followed Itaden Deities with. I watched 3 minutes of it. She got in the bunny girl costume, and I just felt hate and malice build up in me. And I'm like, no, I can't release this here. I need to watch something else. So, another show on our list may or may not have just gotten Mr. President Get Down taking a bullet for it.
Thank you, Black Company. I mean, what?
But yeah, it was a good thing to wash the bad taste of Itaden out of my mouth.
Yeah.
And when you came back to Girlfriend, were you at least pleased?
Hell yeah! As soon as he got blown back by the cuteness of her in the maid costume, I was in.
I mean, I thought the bunny girl exchange was fucking great as well. Just
yeah.
how she's in this fucking situation by her own words, and he's like, "Fucking, am I keeping my word to you?" And she's like, "For fuck's sake!"
Just grab my tits already! They start to fall. I have to cover them up. And then she runs upstairs happy and laughing after punching him. It's like, man.
Yeah, I love she's like, yeah, I got what I want. Oh no, oh you pervert. And she's just happy the entire next day because of it.
Oh, I love the joke where Nagisa accidentally calls him master in front of Saki. There's 20 seconds. They put it in the microwave. 5 seconds go by. Then you just see Nagisa have the realization. Then Saki does. It was perfect.
I love that she's just the fucking stupidity of this girl is like, yes, I imagined it.
Yep. Lord.
And I love the fucking in-between Shafter thing. That her mom was the one who bought her the outfit. I'm like, alright, what am I buying her next? Fucking
I have to point out a new off-brand. This one's kind of weird because I know this is a Japanese-only thing. D.N. Kyote, a play on the dollar store Don Quixote that I only know of because of Yakuza.
The dot was to censor it. It is just Don Quixote.
Oh shit.
It's to be liable to not be sued by Don Quixote.
Damn, can't believe Nagisa is child to Kiryu Kazuma.
Why? How?
Nagisa-chan!
Nagisa-chan!
This show ends with him trying to get fucking Haruka into his polysecule, and just Kiryu comes in and fucking punches him into the sun.
This show... This show, just every episode, I think the fact that it has so many skits in an episode works to its benefit, because if a skit isn't doing anything for you blink and it's gone. And there's just a new one here. And it's... Because they had the bunny girl outfit, maid outfit, and then 2 different Milika ones, because there was one with her and Saki, then there was one with her and Naoya. By the way, I love how she runs back in, and now it's just like, but I didn't finish.
I was not.
And I love the scene. I love the scene of fucking Saki just looming over Milika.
I love that so much. I'm like, that's great.
You busty bitch.
Like, I'm gonna admit, Saki is the type of useless bitch I'd imagine I would be in a relationship.
Oh, okay.
I love Saki, and honestly, Saki is probably my favorite of the girls so far. Milika is probably my second favorite.
Nagisa's hands down my favorite. No fucking... There's no contest.
Somehow I knew this would start our new waifu war.
Oh, honestly, for my waifu husbando award, I can't decide between like 15 different characters. I literally made a chart.
Oh, that's gonna be pain to decide.
Half of them are from Vanitas.
I got like 4 to decide between.
Yeah, I admit, most of them are coming from Vanitas.
Like, a big chunk are from Vanitas, then another big chunk is from Aquatope, and then there's like the teacher from Remake, and she's definitely not gonna make the cut, but I was considering General Piscola just for her design, but Alice has a similar design, and I actually like the character of her more, so.
Yeah, I admit I'd throw Saki if it wasn't for the fucking fact that it's the waifu awards. If it was just best girl, best boy, I would totally go for it.
Oh, I am happy girlfriend is the consistent joy we get throughout the week.
It was this and Vanitas was the only respite I got. This week sucked for me.
Well, damn.
Is this the first comedy that's actually survived this long in the FMK? I'm gonna have to check. So I don't think any other comedy has survived this long.
I have been looking through it a lot recently. Yes.
I mean, it depends on if you would kind of, if you would put Super Cub as a comedy, because I think it kinda is, but not really.
Wait.
When I
Was Hori... Sorry.
This is more of a pure comedy. Although, you are right, Limis. The Hori Mia was also comedy. So
yeah,
and...
but the thing why comedy is hard pressed to survive in a show like the FMK is because comedy is very subjective, and everyone is going to experience comedy differently and think different things are funny. This just seems to tickle our fucking funny bone, fucking omnibly. Fucking everyone has fun with this shit.
Trash gang.
Yeah. Wasn't Kuma Bear also a comedy?
Fuck, you're right. Okay. I tried to forget that show.
Sorry, I knew I had to bring up... in order to ask that, I had to bring up past trauma. Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
I'm gonna buy you a copy of that and give it to you for your birthday.
No.
Alright.
I've said everything I need to say.
Yeah, so have I.
Same here. I'm gonna give this show a deep dick fucking... We don't know if Saki has a dad yet. I'm gonna fuck Saki's mom.
I guess I'll fuck Milika's dad then, because we did have a parent show up before that.
I don't know. I'll fuck the house, I guess. I don't know.
Right in the drainage pipe.
Uh-oh. The plumber is here and he has a pizza. Trifecta for Girlfriend, episode 7. Let's move on to The Dungeon of Black Company, episode 6. 3 of Ninomiya's higher-ups throw impossible missions at him, but he passes all of them with ease, as Ranga has a drug-fueled Alice in Wonderland fever dream about his past, and him being the old CEO's descendant. Then he wakes up, and Ninomiya meets the Demon Lord. This episode felt like filler.
Enemy appears, Rem defeats them. Enemy appears, Rem defeats them. Enemy appears, Rem defeats them. Someone starts tripping balls, Rem defeats them.
No, the third enemy was enemy appears, femboy.
The dick was so powerful that it broke his glasses.
Yep.
Fuck.
This was the first time in a while with this show where I felt insulted after watching it.
I see. How so?
It felt like... So the 3 segments with each of the different demon higher-ups, they just weren't funny. I found them to be criminally unfunny. Yes. And just felt like nothing in this episode mattered, and then they rushed out Ranga's... Like, at least in previous episodes, I can see how it all matters. But this just felt like, okay, we need an episode before he meets the Demon Lord. Let's write up 3 schmucks and just write some jokes. Oh, also Ranga has a fever dream, and it felt like they rushed through that backstory so quick at lightning speeds.
They've also not covered the backstory entirely yet. They hinted at the majority of it and kind of told us the basics of it, but we don't know everything about it yet.
Which we totally had time for. We could have just cut out the really boring parts where, honestly, Ninomiya kind of felt like a Mary Sue throughout this whole episode.
Well, I mean, he isn't. He's quite useless on his own. He's just using the people he's gathered with him.
Ah, the Subaru effect.
It's just...
I guess!
It's just the whole joke is that Rem comes in and punches them and ruins their plan. That's it for a whole fucking 22 minutes!
Well, I mean, Rim punched the first one's worm and then the big robots after it hypnotized Ranga. That's it. Because Ranga defeated 2 of them.
No, I thought the second one was defeated by the power of farming.
Yeah, the second one was defeated by Ranga's magic as she fucking made a potato grow into a massive beanstalk, which slapped him out of the fucking sky.
Which was incited by Rim, by the way.
Was it now? She was just biting the fucking worm.
Or maybe. I don't fucking know. I was so checked out. This is the show that took a bullet for girlfriend, but I think I would hate it even if I wasn't already super pissed.
I'm not so sure about that, because I really enjoyed this episode. As much as, yes, thinking about it critically, it was filler, but at the same time, I don't mind, because in my opinion, it was good filler. The first one was funny. I loved how fucking... Alright, yeah, they're scheming to fucking take care of this guy before he becomes an issue, as a fucking bad boss would kind of stomp down a coworker before they, get above them in the company. And when she was fucking thwarted, how she got so pissed, she just fucking stomped the mountain she was on apart and fell down. I love that. It was funny.
Understand me, McCon, when I say that you're doing us all a service by going to bat for this episode.
I mean, I guess, but at the same time, even if this show dies, apart from any other show, I think I'm just going to keep watching this weekly because it's that good to me. No, go on.
Sorry. Yeah, I was just going to say, this has been the lowest point of the show for me. Like, yeah, I found nothing funny. I found all these characters to be boring. And, like, Ninomiya didn't get to be clever in any way. It's just his subordinates bumble around and defeat everyone for him. And then we're going to do a bare bones parody on Alice in Wonderland. And, okay, cool. You know what? The internet cafe of eternal laziness or whatever the hell, that was alright as a joke. And then it's back to the same stuff. And then we see the Demon Lord, and it feels like we're supposed to know who the Demon Lord is, but we really don't.
I think it's the one girl who stepped on Ninomiya's crotch in the Majin episode.
Maybe. I haven't quite figured out myself who she is, because I'm horrible at recognizing people just by their looks sometimes. I'm like, I don't quite remember. But at the same time, I don't agree with the thing that Ninomiya didn't get to be clever at all this episode, because he fucking was, because he used his knowledge he has from the real world to, plow the field with a giant fucking worm and make the soil fertile, planting potatoes and using the resources he has to grow them more. And the fact that he, knew that he was being spied on and tested by people, so he would, do the missions perfectly. And also just fucking taunting them in the end before feeding the camera to Rim.
I guess.
And something you might be complaining that Rim just fucking beats everything. I love the shenanigans Rim always pulls in the background, because how she's just fucking being a gremlin swimming around in the bath, how she's just drooling, ready to eat the camera. Just after they've beaten the robot, she's just eating the robot. Tastes gross! But eats another part. This tastes gross too! I think that's just a fucking... It's perfect characterization, and it's a fine eye for detail, and it proves that they're willing to put in a lot of effort to just animate the character in the background of everything that's happening. I love that.
Yeah, but if the only effort is going into a background character and not the things actually happening on screen, then I don't know. I don't get nothing. I don't get nothing out of the background gags because I feel like nothing important is happening on screen while the background gags are happening.
Well, I can tell you what's important. More important what's happening on the screen. They characterized the new character of Ragnar and did a lot with him to kind of show how he thinks, works, acts, and what his deal is, which was done through him kind of helping him out in all these situations. And I don't know, if you thought that wasn't anything, then okay, that's how it is. And I agree, it is filler, but at the same time, it does something. It's not... Every story needs to have some sort of downtime. It can't just be full-on keep going with the story at every second, because otherwise it's going to be exhausting.
But it did advance the story. Just not at all, just barely in an interesting way.
Yeah, it advanced the story in a little bit while having a bit of filler and some kind of, just a fucking little short thing that was fun and fine. And I'll be perfectly honest. Should this thing live more than Itaden? Should this thing die more than Itaden Deities should?
No, that's why you're fucking it.
Exactly, we know that you're gonna fuck it. I would fuck it if, you were killing it with us. I'm not letting Itaden live. But I did actually dislike this episode.
Alright, yeah, Itaden got 3 knives. That's fine. Yeah, you guys can have your opinions. Fuck you, you were wrong anyway, I'm right.
I was gonna end off this conversation by, gentlemen, at the very least, we know this ain't going home today.
Yeah. We know this is just a faux assassination attempt. It might bring it back tomorrow for me. Next week.
I mean, I don't know. There's something about the Dungeons of Black Company that just kind of synergizes with me a lot, and I just love the story, and I don't think it can really do anything to ruin it unless it pulls an Itaden Deities on me.
Can't wait for Ninomiya to have to bend the Demon Lord over to get back to Japan.
Yes, the most ace motherfucker in the show.
Oh yeah, another thing in my notes.
They said
Ninomiya is totally an asexual icon. Fight me.
Yeah, he is. He doesn't give a shit about it.
Man's got one thing on his mind. Let's go.
Also, I do have to say though, when in the fucking seeing him with his shirt off, why is the dude so fucking jacked?
He's been jacked since the beginning of the series, so I guess it's not the manual labor.
Yeah, but I didn't notice until he fucking had his shirt off. I'm like, I guess he is fucking buff as shit.
Both him and Nalia are surprisingly buff.
No, not so much. He's certainly well trained. He doesn't have a lot of muscle definition on him.
I thought Nalia had a 6-pack.
No, his belly's flat.
Yeah, no.
Oh. Weird.
Yeah. No, I love the art style in the show and just everything. I love the jokes that was happening and the fucking... As much as it is very much a comedy show, I love the fucking dynamic between the characters that are growing as well. I love it.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna hold up this card right here. I'm fucking it, and both of you are wrong.
Well, I'm happy you enjoy it, but I personally am gonna hold up this gun, and I'm gonna, as Limis shouts, "Get down, Mr. President," I'm gonna fire it.
Well, you see, I also have this gun to me, but I'm gonna shoot you.
Now, what you see
Good,
is, like,
take me away.
earlier today, I was pointing the gun at girlfriend, with tears in my eyes. And then Black Company dives in front of it as I pull the trigger. I'm killing this episode.
Can't believe the show suffers for the sins of Itaden Deities.
I mean, it suffers from that, and also the fact that that was boring.
Lies. Also, we said we were gonna do this. What did you guys rate Itaden Deities at the end? Because I know you said Limis, but me, you didn't.
I'm moving it down to a 6.5/6. I'm going to continue with it, I think, but if it gets another really bad scene like that, I'm just going to completely drop it. I'm intrigued to see how General Piscola fits into the main team, because I imagine the scene, right, where Yeasley brings her to the seal and they're talking, and then Rin just shows up out of nowhere to try and kill General Piscola, and they have to fight her while slowly explaining, no, stop, don't.
I mean, I'll be perfectly honest, I have rated it as 6. I'm probably gonna wait until it gets all its episode and then finish it out of morbid curiosity.
I'm giving it a 1. Fuck that show. Like, honestly, it spat in the face of all my goodwill. It is not worth anything to me anymore.
Which is totally fair. It's done a lot of bullshit.
Yep. Which means, gentlemen, Itaden Deities dies. It had such a strong start from us, too.
Yeah.
I mean, my gut instinct on why I locked it was because I like the music and the visuals, and those are still strong. Just a shame the rest kind of sucked.
I only blame Mappa for taking on the project.
Yeah. I mean, if anything, I should have gone with what my first instinct was, the Dungeon of Black Company, but I'm glad we got it anyway.
I'm betting, because of the way they altered the episode 1 scene, I'm betting that scene was also just worse than the manga.
I mean, considering the manga artist was like a fucking doujin artist, weren't they? So I consider like that was probably, full on nudity.
Yeah,
Basically just porn.
In the first episode, it is pretty much full on nudity with the first one in the first episode. I only saw the manga panel for after Easily flashbangs her, which has full on titty.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing as well. Manga can get away with a lot more than anime can, because anime is a lot more heavily censored, while manga is really only bothered about censoring dick and pussy.
Mop out here saving up their dignity for Chainsaw Man.
Oof.
Are they now? Are they now?
I think Chainsaw Man is going to be great when it comes out. That is
I don't know. Maybe they're gonna pull Itaden Deities on you.
No, because the Chainsaw Man author is actually a good person.
Oh yeah,
You
but
know
Mappa's proved that they can still, even if Itaten's author is a fucking bad person, they could adapt the anime to, not be as fucked. But at the same time, that would be changing stuff. That would be changing stuff. The fans of the fucking manga wouldn't like it. But at the same time, like, why?
This might have been a change, though. It was a choice of music that really, knocked the nail on the head for me. So who knows?
Yeah, I mean, if perfectly honest, if the music was different in this episode, it would have just been a horrific thing that's happening and a thing that is just a fucking fact in this world. But it was really fucking played for laughs, which is fucking wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't mention that before, but I did enjoy the statement that Brandy made about it. Like, oh, if you think it's too serve a god, maybe you should go ask one. Because, I mean, she knows what the gods are in this world, and, she knows that they don't want to fucking care. Or does she? I don't know.
And that's
I wonder-
another one of the things. It's like our mains have literally no reason to, help people. Like, at least in fucking Hellsing, when Alucard is going on a killing rampage and shit, yeah, he doesn't care about anyone, but he's subservient to his master, who does care about humanity. So, like, there's some connection to the point where it's like, yeah, actually, our main characters are fighting to defend, humanity and shit.
Yeah,
But not here. They don't care.
While Itaden, most of them don't give half a shit about humans, and one of them has been, butchering a lot of them to poke around in their brains trying to figure out what he is. And that's, no, that's not good. And he's still a main character, and he's not a villain, and he's not, like, an antagonist in any way. He's just kind of there, standing next to who's obviously the focal main character, Hayato, who is completely fine with him.
Hayato's not a main character. He is a side character with superpowers.
I mean, to be fair, they put the president that Itaden don't care about humans pretty early when Rin was like, they're hiding in Zobel? Then let's just kill everyone there. Then Yusa went, whoa, wait a second.
Yeah, no, I know that Itaden doesn't care, and no, it's quite clear that they're focusing on Hayato. They're just kind of doing a bad job of doing it, because they're always focusing on him trying to get stronger on his growth and what he's trying to do. It's clear that he's the focal point main character of this.
Exactly, and that's my point. If you came in here no context, he looks like an overpowered side character. Like, it's awful. This is an awful way to do your main character, because I feel like Yeasley has had more screen time than him. Fucking our antagonists have had more screen time than him. All he does is just run up and punch some people, and that's it.
Here's the thing. The two strongest demons are stronger than Itaden. They just didn't do fights with them. Like, because Prontia fought the guy demon, and Prontia is just overpowered. He's overpowered like Rin. Then Yeasley fought Piscalat, and he was able to defeat her with the power of shame and ripping up her clothes.
Well, I mean, the reasoning he used is just like, well, yeah, you've got human intelligence, which is kind of your downfall, because that means I can affect you with shit that works on humans.
Yeah.
I mean, by writing, it's a interesting thing to win a fight by working with your opponent's weaknesses. It just wasn't done in a very good way.
It was done in a tasteless, gross manner.
Yeah. Well, the show's dead. We at least have that solace.
Yeah.
Good fucking
What a
riddance.
fucking shame.
Yeah.
What a shame.
Mind if I do a tiny little bit of graveyard tour?
Yeah, we got plenty of time.
Do whatever you want. I don't care anymore.
Yes, you do.
The Duke of Death. Its most recent episode.
Actually, never mind. You're not allowed.
They do multiple things to try and break the curse, but it ended up being probably my least favorite. Like, I still really like the designs and the characters, everything in it, but like the stories they did, because it was essentially a bunch of skits of like, oh, okay, they're brewing up this potion to remove curse in this magic pot. They drink it. It doesn't work because it's a high-level curse. Okay, they have to play this sheet music, but when you play the sheet music, the ghost of the composer haunts you. But if you're able to play it perfectly, you get freed of the curse. You get freed of a curse. However, the curse you get freed of is the ghost of the composer. And then they go into this dreamland where they have to help a fairy catch a bunny, and they fail to do so. And the joke there is, oh, they're in the dreamland. Because it's a dream, they can touch. But also the second side effect, because it's a dream, they can touch, but they don't feel anything. There's this joke where the Duke goes, wait, I can touch you? And then he gropes Alice. He's like, no, I can't feel anything. That joke actually did make me crack up a bit, because he just full on just, wait, you can touch me? Immediately goes for the grope, and it doesn't, and he can't feel it.
Thank God that show's dead.
I don't know. I'm not dropping it or anything. It's just it was a little bit of a weaker episode.
Yeah, no, it just sounds more of the same bullshit I hate the show for.
Other than that, what other shows I watch? I didn't watch Remakes Recap because why would I? It's a recap. I never get why shows do that. A recap in the middle of the season.
Well, we talked about why. It's because they ran into some scheduling issues and they couldn't get stuff out in time, so they had to take a week off. But at the same time, just don't post anything.
Yeah.
Instead.
But I also started Kaizoko Ojo, which it is a story about this girl who was she was the daughter of this family who essentially lorded over an island, and their vessel was attacked on a journey, and the pirates that were ferrying them across, they cut the boat she was on and sent her adrift to it, and she ended up on a different island, and she gets rescued by two old people from the crew, and it's really well animated, and I actually really like the main character. She's the type of main character that's like really bubbly and ready for adventure, but I really like the way she's done. Both episodes are really enjoyable. It sets up some really neat pirate motifs. My only complaint, they don't get a pirate ship, they get a submarine, and I can't fathom why in a pirate anime. I'm assuming it changes at some point though, because you see them on a pirate ship in the opening.
Haha, can't fathom, because they're in a submarine going down by fathoms.
I actually really liked Kaizoko Ojo. I know it got some really good reviews because it just aired like this week. It had a late start in summer.
Even later than Itaden.
Yeah, I gotta say that I've been thinking about going back to Peach Boy because I want to see how it's recovered. Now it's got a couple episodes, and I think by next week I'm gonna check into that and tell you guys next week how that goes. Hopefully.
Yeah, like I said, I'm gonna watch through that when it is finished, but I wouldn't mind talking about it in vague terms.
Yeah. I'll tell you whether or not it actually improves or not, or if it was still. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm gonna give it 3 more episodes before I make my judgment of if it's gonna be shit or not.
Yeah.
Not something I watched, but from what I hear, Detective is still bad. I plan on checking out Bunny Girl Senpai or 86 here soon. Once me and my friend finish his first watching and my rewatching of ReZero, I think we're gonna move on to probably 86. He had an interest in.
And I, as usual, am watching nothing.
And I have been procrastinating and not watching Madoka, so.
There we go.
And it's only got 8 episodes coming out for it for some godforsaken reason, so I think I might just wait for the whole batch to come out.
That's fair. I mean, yeah, I was thinking about finishing up the 2 animes that I have 2 episodes left on my watch list. But then I went, let me try Payday 2 again, and now I've played it for fucking 40 hours.
Jesus. Oh.
Hell yeah.
Hey, they finally. Okay, sorry. Odd tangent. They finally. Oh wait, actually, there is one more show I have something to say about. But they finally gave the episode number for both Itaden and Tokyo Revengers. Tokyo Revengers was 24, like I thought. Itaden is 11.
Strange number, but alright.
I actually wanted to talk about. I'm not going to spoil anything, but the latest episode of Tokyo Revengers made me realize something. The show doesn't have an interest in making the fights good. Cause this also pissed off a lot of manga readers. After just watching it, I was like, okay, I guess they're saving up their budget. But then I saw all the threads, and latest episode's fight was just kind of bad. It was incredibly poorly animated when it was, and most of it was just still frames with screaming or music over it.
Who the fuck decides to adapt a a manga about delinquents without wanting to do fights? Are you fucking stupid?
Yeah, and a lot of manga readers were fucking pissed because this is supposed to be one of the biggest fights and most hype fights from the manga, but they animated it so poorly, and there's only a small little chunk left of the fight that if they are saving the budget for, it's gotta look spectacular, because Jesus Christ, they didn't use any on the one in episode 19. I just... Like, after watching it, I was like, well, at least they're maybe saving up for something bigger. I go on Mal to check out what other people are saying about it, and manga readers just pissed off because there's not really much of a fight left to animate anyways, so it's... I don't know why they made that decision. Like... It's weird. Tokyo Revengers episode 19 was very disappointing, and if this was closer to the middle of the season, I would have dropped it, but there's only 5 episodes left, so I'll finish off the season, then probably read the manga.
I mean, from the sounds of it, it's kind of a Black Clover situation where the anime kind of fucked up what made the manga good.
Yeah.
So if I'm continuing Tokyo Revengers, I might just pick up the manga instead because it sounds like it does a better job portraying it.
Yeah, it's... From what I hear, not just in this fight, but just in general, from what I hear, manga readers are pretty split on what they think of this adaptation.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like it's doing a good job. I mean, some manga readers did enjoy Black Clover, but that's just because they get to see their fucking show they really loved reading be animated in color and voice acted, even though some of the voice acting is kind of garbage. Because I fucking thoroughly enjoyed like the 3 first episodes I watched of it before I started. My ear, I fucking touched the side of my head. I'm like, oh, my ears are bleeding because this kid keeps screaming. Yeah, and fucking I didn't watch anymore after that, but I do want to pick it up again and see if it kind of reaches any of the proficiency that fucking manga did. I doubt it does, though. And if I do pick it up again, I'm gonna have to watch it in the dub because I can't handle that fucking voice.
Yeah. Right here, the dub voice actors are good, though.
No, I watched the first episode in the dub. The dub is really okay. The Asta is not a screechy motherfucker. Everyone else is fine. So it's good. It's better than the Japanese, because, good God, the Japanese is grating because of Asta.
Marry me, sister Lily.
No, that's fine. That's just kind of how he is. It's the fucking weird fucking scream he does constantly.
Yeah, I would not be able to watch Black Clover unless it was dubbed, but even then, the show just goes at such an excruciatingly slow pace.
Yeah, I mean, hey, if you for some reason decide to pick up the Tokyo Revenger manga and you finish that, pick up the Black Clover manga. Be amazed at the fucking lightning pacing and the extremely good fucking fight scenes.
Mm. Although, one big compliment I will give to this Tokyo Revengers episode, I really liked Draken in it. Draken, I figured they were going to kind of drop Draken after the whole stabbing arc, but no, he's been pretty good.
That's good to hear, at least.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
I hope everyone enjoyed watching.
Yeah, I mean, I certainly enjoyed talking about the shit. That's fun.
Yeah, that sounds like we did an episode. Hell yeah.
It certainly sounds like we did something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only 4 things next week.
Wow. Huh. Remember at the start of this when we were all like, oh my god, everything's so fucking good. How are we going to deal with this? We found a way.
And then, no, we didn't find a way. Then the shows just went back on the good setup they put down and just kind of made themselves shit.
Yeah.
So I guess shat. Yeah. I mean, I guess we're down to the same situation we were last season, down to 4 fucking episodes that are the 4 fucking shows that are the good ones.
And depending on if Black Company continues to lose Limis.
I mean, also depending on if fucking Aquatope loses me.
Ooh, that would be interesting. Though I'm wondering if we would have another situation like Winter was, where it's just every week we talk about 2 shows, and it's just gonna be a circle jerk the whole time.
I mean,
Winter was 3. Winter we had 3 at the end.
yeah.
There's the one with
I mean,
Horimi and Skate.
Here's the thing, though. If both the Dungeon of Black Company die and Aquatope dies, we're gonna have 2 shows to talk about. That's gonna be a short fucking episode.
Yeah, with the way we talk, what are we gonna do to fill time?
I mean, I guess the show is just gonna be half an hour.
Oh dear.
I mean, that's just how the cookie crumbles in this shit. I mean, in the end, there can be 1 show left. I mean, in the end, there can be 0 shows left before we're even fucking done.
I guess at that point we just take hiatus until everything's over and we can do awards.
Yeah, I guess.
I doubt that's gonna happen. I think we got 2 that are fairly locked in for the rest of the season.
Yeah, we got 2 that I were pretty sure about. I got 1 that I'm really sure about that you guys aren't, and then Meep has 1 that he's real sure about that I'm kind of on the fence on and has lost you, Limis, so we're kind of in the both of that.
Yes, please help me make the pain stop.
I mean, it has to lose me, and Aquatope has been doing a real good job of not doing that. Because as it stands, I mean, fucking the best episode out of this week probably was Aquatope for me.
Mine was probably Vanitas.
Yeah, same here.
All right.
I think that's an episode.
It sure is.
Hey, McCon,
Yes.
where can we find you?
You can't. You may try at @that_Viking on Twitter. Otherwise, come to Sweden, comb the forest for me. You'll know you found me when you see the bare-chested guy wrestling a bear.
And what about you, Meep? Where the fuck are you?
You can find me at Soul_King777 on Twitter. Do not follow me if you're a minor, or I will send you photos of the Itaden in very, very what's the word? Embarrassing poses.
And you can find me doing nothing spread all across the internet at limis.card.co, where, okay, usually I would just plug my Twitter, but I don't want to. Instead, I'm going to plug a Twitter account called Dreams from the Gates of Bone, which is doing a lot of weird random generated art that's like super Eldritch inspired, and it looks fucking rad. Go see that. Go look at that.
We can plug other Twitter accounts? No, fuck my account. Go follow them at Possums Daily.
Hell yeah. But yeah, with that...
Oh wait, no, it's not Possums Daily, it's Possums Every Hour.
Oh Jesus, that's a lot of possums.
It is, and I love it.
But yeah, with that I believe we've been the Anime FMK. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Hold on. Before we hop off, I want to say I went on to Image Flip to make the dead image, and the first thing I see is this meme. Everyone calls me ugly because I'm disabled, and it's a girl in a wheelchair. And then someone commented, "Then just stand up for yourself." And someone commented below that, say, the Fallout guy going, "Hold the fuck up."
What?
Come on, disabled people. Come on, people with no legs. Just stand up for yourself.
With the real disabled, please stand up. Please stand up.
Alright, we'll send it on that joke. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
And I believe I have rated.